Hello, I'm Martin, and I do voiceover.
I'm Joe, and I make websites.
And we want to see if we can become business friends with business people in just 5 minutes. It could be the start of an amazing business relationship.
Or it could be a complete and utter waste of time.
Still, it's only 5 minutes.
Start the
Timer. Hello there, please tell us your name and what you do.
Hi, I'm Dan, and I make films and videos.
What sort of films?
So I make documentaries and short films, looking to make feature films, and the video part is I make corporate video. So websites, content, social media content, events, products, pretty much anything you can put the word video.
What's the best event you've ever filmed at?
Best event? I filmed a Mensa conference once, and it was just mind-blowing to understand a bit about how stents work, and basically the technology they have with this stent can outlast the human body. So if you were to have a stent when you were like 16 years old, you would probably live till you were like 100, but obviously the operation's quite dangerous. But yeah, that was just a medical conference that I just learned so much random stuff about the heart and stuff that can make me sound intelligent in conversations every now and again, like now.
What's your favourite type of like film to make that out of your umbrella of stuff that you do?
So I like to make comedy shorts. I like to think I'm funny, and I just think
We all like to think we're funny.
yeah, until you make a short sketch or a short film, you don't really know how funny you are until you get an audience of people reacting. But yeah, my philosophy is if you want to resonate with people, I think there's two good ways to do that. You either make them laugh or you make them cry. And unless you are a tissue manufacturer, you don't really want people to cry. So making someone laugh is probably a good way to stand out and plant the seeds for a conversation further down the line if they ever need a video.
How many cameras do you own?
3. My smartphone I'd count as one. I've got a C100 and a 5D Mark IV DSLR. So a smartphone, a stills camera, and a video camera.
And what is the absolute dream camera budget, no object?
Budget of camera? I'm not actually particularly picky when it comes to camera. I think the camera is technically the least important bit of kit. If you can't, if your story's not nailed on and you don't really know what you're doing with all the other technical aspects, it doesn't really matter. I think shooting stuff on a smartphone and you know what you're doing can look really good. You can have a really nice red camera and have no idea what you're doing, and it can look really bad. So I'd rather spend the money on other stuff, but all my DMs will hate me for saying that.
What is that something you lean into, like the storytelling?
Yeah, so I say I'm a filmmaker and corporate storyteller because I think another way to stand out in a world of constant bombardment and promotion is actually telling the story as opposed to the benefits. Everyone goes, I make this, buy it now. We do this, buy it now. We are here, come here. If you tell a small story around how your product can save the day or your service enhances someone's life, again, I just think you have more of a chance of resonating with them.
What is the greatest story ever told?
Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things going on in there as well, but in terms of I'm not a fan of the last trilogy. The individual films I thought were really good. But yeah, I think there's just so much going on in Star Wars that it covers a lot of the narrative arcs out there.
If you could be a Star Wars character, which one would it be?
Oh no. An actual name character.
Or who's your favourite? Who's your favourite Star Wars character?
Who's my favourite Star Wars character? I'd probably say Obi-Wan.
Nice.
What is your go-to order in a cafe or coffee shop?
Hot chocolate. I'm a big hot chocolate guy. That's another one of my standing business meetings. I never go for a coffee, I go for hot chocolate.
Do you have marshmallows?
I do, depending on how much sugar intake I've already had for the day. It can either just be naked or cream with marshmallows as well.
Do you ever have chocolate sprinkles on a hot chocolate, or is that just too much chocolate?
No, I can have sprinkles. If I don't have marshmallows and cream, I'll have sprinkles.
How much chocolate is too much chocolate?
I really like chocolate, so I can't have more than 3 hot chocolates in a day. So if I'm doing a business like meeting day, free hot
I
chocolate.
don't think I've ever. I mean, like obviously, if you're meeting someone in a cafe, but I don't think I've ever seen hot chocolate available at networking.
No, at that point I have to have tea, and I can thank lockdown for that one. I never used to drink tea until lockdown come along, but then I have to have chocolate hobnob biscuits with it. So I
was going to say, do you have it with cream and marshmallows?
No.
Do you have any bad habits?
Lots.
What do you think? Did we just spark a valuable new business relationship? Or should we have taken a coffee break instead?
Joe's good at that.
We'll be back soon to try to make more business friends. We're very lonely. Do you want to be our friend? Or maybe you could suggest someone we can chat to be friends with them. Drop us an email. friends@5mbf.co.uk.
Thank you, Danny.
That was amazing, thank you. That was a lot of fun.
I really wanted to ask you if you'd ever met anyone called Sandy, but then you introduced yourself as Dan, and I thought it would sound stupid.
Sandy. So, funny story. So, my surname being quite unique, Eycott. I went to a kids' party once when my mum used to work at Sainsbury's, and they wrote Danny with a small d, but they didn't fully connect it, so it looked like Clancy. The person being Santa went, Clancy Eycott, and I went, oh my god, there's another Eycott. and then my mum went, no, it's Danny, and I was like, oh, so yeah, that was kind of
Clancy.